See, all right. So of course, this is the independent business owner side of the business of I Am Master Academy. So what I wanted to do is kind of make sure that you guys understand, if you decide that you wish to go ahead and maybe refer the business to somebody, then how does that work out financially for you? I am definitely an advocate of, sharing the opportunity with people, because other people really want to know, how to go ahead and create a incredible income from their cell phone, their laptops. Okay. But also, if you don't know, there's just an incredible side of the business that you can learn and develop as far as building a team. And again, it's totally optional here in the I Am Master Academy. And as you know, here on Team Wealth Builders, we don't pressure anybody to build. But I really love that you as leaders decide to step up and at least say, hey, I at least want to kind of, check out how to do this. Okay. So let me go ahead and start sharing. Let's get right into it. I'm going to kind of give you the nuts and bolts of our training tonight. All right. So tonight, of course, we're on this team call. So I love it. I love it. So all right, let's go back. All right. So here's the real building part. And what we're going to go over tonight is, not only am I going to show you how the structure works, but I'm also going to go into the back office and show you the place that you'll need to go to find your link, how you understand, your point value and all that other good stuff. Okay. So the first thing is, of course, this team starts with you. Regardless, we hear that, you're not really considered a team until you're 8 levels deep in your organization. And that may be true from a structure standpoint, as far as building toward the chairman level. But honestly, it really starts in your mind. It starts with you making the decision, hey, I think I want to go ahead and start building a residual income. So after that, what happens is you're going to sponsor your first 3 people. Okay. We understand there's 2 sides of the business. Okay. The first side is the customer side. This is where everyone starts as a customer. All right. Because we don't, you don't know on where you're going to maybe lead into that IBO side. So we give everybody a chance to be a customer. Obviously, is to go ahead and use the products and services, become successful doing that, building your confidence up, and then hopefully getting to the point where you wish to share it with people. So how the customer service works, of course, you sponsor 2 people with your personal link and you become 2 for free. Okay, that's how that works. All right, you're 2 for free. And I even tell people, if you can't get a 3rd leg in case one of your 1 or 2 people decide to drop off, you still have a 3rd person that can fill in, so you can remain 2 for free. So that's what I tell my customers. It's really great to go for 3. And even so, I think, it's great to tell people just to do 3 anyway, even if they are a customer, because anywhere in the process they decide they want to go ahead and build, if they have 3 personals, then it's really just a decision to go ahead and go from there. Okay. So again, everyone signs up as a customer first, either on the 325 or the 235 package, which is the elite and the platinum package. Okay. And only after your 3rd person should you upgrade to IBO. All right. So that's independent business owner. Okay. And so again, the reason that we wait until your 3rd leg is, you may want to enjoy, getting your 2 for free for a minute before you start paying, because here's what happens. Once you decide to go to independent business owner, and how you do that is you're going to go into your back office. You can select upgrade IBO. You're going to pay a monthly fee of $16.71 so you can get access to the residual income part. Okay. So that's purely a decision. And the second that you do that, you're going to immediately qualify to make the $150 every month from that point on. If you only have 2 legs and you go IBO, well, what happens is you're going to forfeit your 2 for free by doing that too early. Okay. So we don't want to, have you forfeit unless you just know coming in, hey, I know I want to build. Let me just go on IBO and start going from there. Okay. So that's the advantage there is you want to wait till the 3rd leg so that immediately when you upgrade, you can start creating the residual income. All right. So let me break this down as far as point value and why that's important with the packaging that you offer to people. Okay. So when you get a platinum package for the 235, you get a point volume of 150 points. Okay. This is lumped up in a sum called your group volume. Okay. And so everybody that's going to end up being in your organization, it accumulates all these points so that you can advance in your rank. Okay. The elite packages For 325, have a point value of 195 points, okay? How it's broken up, and I'll show you here in our list, is that 55% of your total volume will be counted as customer volume, where 45% can be considered volume for building and advancing rank. The reason that it's broken up like that is for a couple reasons. And I didn't know this, but luckily I had an interview with Brandon Boyd. He was the first person that really educated me about the business, and that due to SEC, okay, the Security Exchange Commission, okay, and being, compliable as far as having, being compliant, is they want to make sure that this isn't, evaluated as a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme of any sort. They want to understand that people are getting value from being a customer by actually getting education, learning the education, and trading. The benefit is that most of your volume should come from the business side. I mean, 45% should come from that side, and 55% or more of the volume should come from your customers. So this ranking right here, or this percentage, keeps the whole company compliant. So if every single person that even started building kept the 55-45, then at least a majority, 55% of the entire company will stay compliant with SEC, showing that you don't need that. The only way to make money is through building. Really, it makes sure that people are offered, the customer part, so that they can really get value from that. Okay. And when tracking your volume for advancement, you pay attention to the 55-45 column, and I'll go into that. All right, so how do you maintain and grow your rank, okay? So of course, the first requirement is to always keep a minimum of 3 personal direct signups, okay? So that's what keeps you going, okay? So every month or every week or however often, you want to put in people and maintain that minimum of 3 personals, okay? Because at any time, somebody could drop out. We understand that's possible, okay? That 3 personal is what qualifies you to, is one of the qualifications to help you advance in your rank. All right. After you reach the chairman 250, okay, which is $250,000 every 30 days, then it goes up to 1, where you have to maintain 4 active personal directs. Okay. And that's to make sure that chairmen are still pushing to keep active people. Okay. And of course, now from there, how you get all your volume, how it's calculated, just so you know, each of your legs are broken down, that the total volume in your leg 1, 2, and 3 breaks down to 40, 40, and 20. All right, 40, 40, and 20. So there's an advantage to that. Number one, let's say you have 2 legs that are really doing strong, but you have a third leg that's not doing as strong as the other 2. Then it's good that you only have to consider 20% of your volume to help you advance in rank. And then it bounces between legs. Let's say all of a sudden you get somebody who's really just a very networked person, gets into that third leg where it's 20%, and then they explode. And now one of your other legs falls behind from the other one. Well, that 20% helps and carries over on the other leg. So that 20% can bounce to either leg, and you still can qualify in your ranks, okay? To go consistently, definitely be in sponsoring mode consistently, and place your volume where needed to meet the ranks. And of course, your dashboard will keep you informed of your next rank, okay? And then this is just a formula. Of course, now, when I originally did this, we didn't have all the information that we have in the back office to figure out how many people it took to get to our next rank. So just in case you know, or you're doing off the top of your head, what you'll find out is you'll find out the total group volume that you'll need to get to that rank, and you divide it by the minimum points of your lowest package, the minimum points of your lowest package. So that means regardless, you'll take, the number, let's say I need 1,000 points to go to my next rank. I divide that by 150, and that will tell me how many people I need. It'll be like, 9.15. So that means I need 10 people to go ahead and get to that rank. Okay. So now, here's one thing I really want you to know on the back part. And again, I'm going to show you all this, but please note that you have 10 days to place a new member, or they'll be stuck in that placement. Remember, in the beginning, I told you that there's 3 people. Let me go back right here. You sponsor 1, 2, and 3. And then after that, you're going to upgrade to an IBO. And when you get 4, 5, and 6, you must place them under your first, second, or third leg. You do not want to go 4, 5, 6 legs wide, okay? because you're only going to be counted for 3 legs of volume. If you have 4, and then of course, people start going, crazy down here and sponsoring, well, this could throw your numbers because you could hit a rank much quicker with your 1, 2, 3 legs. But if you got a 4th that's kind of hanging out there, that volume could have been under one of these legs to help you advance to the next rank. So it's very, very important that you pay attention that once you get 3 personals, then that's when you make the decision that you want to go ahead and upgrade to IBO. Okay. All right. Of course, to go into your back office, I'll show you, you go under placement, and it will show you all the members that you need to be placed, and you place them under the team member that you want to place underneath in the sponsoring member spot, and then you confirm it. And then once they're placed, they can be moved again as long as it's within the 10 days. So I'll show you, but you actually can move somebody. Let's say, like we use an example with Quiana and Steve. Let's say you put your mom in this spot, and then you have a brother or sister that signs up. Well, you can place them under your mom if you want to. But then let's say a spouse comes in and they go personal. Well, you might decide, hey, well, I might want to put this person under mom and then put this person underneath that person. I can switch that as long as it's within the 10 days. But once the 10 days hits, everybody where they are is stuck in that place, and corporate will not allow you to change that. So that's why I want you to really pay attention to your back office. When you start building, I make it a habit to at least check it once a day. Okay. And of course, in the beginning, you won't, you won't have well, we pray that you have a lot of people that come to you, but at least every other day, you at least want to glance at it, check, make sure somebody hasn't signed up with your link and you don't know that they're back there. Yes, Quiana, you had a question?
No, I didn't have a question, but yeah, I actually saw that too, and I was going to confirm that with you. So within the 10 days, you can move people around. So, okay.
Okay, my question is 10 days of them signing up?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Like if I sign someone up today on the 21st, I have 10 days from today to place them and make sure that they're permanent. Once that 10th day hits, that's a done deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
And what I like is nice is it actually shows you the date too, right, Shawn? So you can actually see when you have to have them placed, or they'll be stuck where they are.
It'll have an expiration date, and I will go ahead and show that to you. All right, so this is the part right here. I'm sorry, any other question? Nope. Okay. Cool.
No.
Good. So this is how it breaks down right here. This is our ranking totals. Okay. So right here, it tells you the personal number of customers that you need to maintain to go ahead and qualify to get the check. Okay. So that means you just have to at least have 3 people maintaining their customer package. Okay. And then of course it goes all the way down. As you see, chairman 250, it changes to 4. Okay. Right here, the required total QV, qualified volume. That's what QV stands for, qualified volume. This is the amount that you'll need to reach as a group volume to qualify and hit these levels right here. Okay. So what you would do is you could always take this number, divide it by 150, and that tells you how many people you will need to hit that rank. Okay. Right here, this is the 55-45 columns that we were talking about. This is where the total volumes are right here. And it's going to tell you that you need to have, so much in each of these. And it goes 40, 40, and 20. So as you see here in the first rank, everybody has the same. The second rank, everybody has the same. But look at the third. When you get to 1,000, now is when the 20% starts to kick in. And this one can be lower than the other two. And you can keep growing and do that. Okay. All right, so 2 methods that you can grow. I know some of you are prior network marketers and some are brand new. So I'm going to share some terms with you and let you know that whatever style you decide to grow, it's not wrong, okay? First thing, you said you can grow building what we call a tap root, okay? And this is having one strong main leg and then focusing on the other 2. So I'm going to use an example. Dr. Kathy Kirkland had signed up, of course, and she had been, building her organization, and she reached the platinum 2000 level. And then what happened is she was able to sign up Randy and Wanda Webb. And then within a matter of 60 days, they shot to chairman. Okay. So she had one leg that was a chairman leg with all these people, with 500 plus people in there. Well, she could only take 40% of that volume to go toward her rank. But what happened was she was working on the other two legs while they were working on that one. And what literally happened is because she was able to build in the other two while that one was growing, and that was her tap root was that big one. She was able to skip over 5,000 and immediately hit her chairman 10. And she did that in about 3 weeks or so. So she was able to hit that in a very short amount of time. And that's with having a taproot. So sometimes you can't control that. You're just going to have hopefully you'll have some powerful people with some good networks that get into all three of your legs and continue to build. Okay. But if not, it's okay to have one main leg and then focus on the other two. And then of course, if you don't have that, if you don't have someone who's really building strongly in a certain leg, then what you do is you build by balancing all your legs within the chart as best as you can. So my numbers are like that. I pretty much have about the same rank, the same volume all the way across because, I don't know which one may explode down the line. Regardless, I'm still going to build the whole time. All right. And now, how do you get to chairman fast? How do you get to chairman? What, that rank of chairman. And so if I haven't defined it for you, chairman is where you start making $10,000 every 30 days. Okay. Let me go back to the list right here. So if we go down here, I want you guys to learn these ranks. So platinum, and you take the number behind it, that is the amount of money you're going to make every month. Okay. So platinum 150, you make 150 a month, platinum 600, 600, 1,000, 2,000, and 5,000. Okay. So that's what the platinums are. And they break it down weekly. Okay. So what happens is, let's say like Quiana is about to, or she probably hit platinum 150. How it happens is you actually trail behind about I think 2 Fridays is when your payment comes. So you qualify on a Monday at midnight. Okay. And then of course that Friday expires because that's the finishing of that week. And then the next Friday, you'll get paid your first installment of the 150, not 150, but you'll break it down in 4 payments. So that'll be $37.50. So that second Friday after you hit your rank is when you'll start getting your residual payment. Okay. And obviously if you upgrade, you go to the next rank, then it will follow 2 Fridays afterward. Okay. When we want to qualify for a rank, we're always trying to make sure that we get our memberships in by Monday at midnight at the very latest. Okay. That's when the tally closes. So if you got people and you're trying to sign, you're trying to hit a rank, you need to get them, at very latest Monday during the day. I definitely try to get people signed up by Sunday night and make sure they're locked in and loaded and everything so that when Monday comes, it's smooth sailing and I qualify for that rank. But sometimes it doesn't work like that. You just have to kind of go with the flow. And if it's Monday, then great. I mean, I've gotten people signed up at 11:30 right before, the midnight and qualified for my rank and then went to the next level. Okay. And so what you want to do is, if you can, you want to build momentum by moving fast. Okay. That's the name of the game. When you're in network marketing, it's different because you don't have all this overhead. You don't have, product services, you don't have a store. You don't have a regular store. You don't have all these things. What you're doing is you show somebody the plan, you do a 3-way, and then you go ahead and close them. And so you want to do this repeatedly and you want to move fast. That's why it's great when you can get groups of people together. Okay. When you do that, it builds that excitement and that energy for people to move fast. Okay. And so the ways that you would do it to start building momentum is doing in-home private business receptions. Okay. And obviously we were doing that before the pandemic. At the time of this, the taping of this video, we're in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. So of course, private business receptions are not an option at this period in time because everybody's on lockdown. But normally you would invite someone to your home. When you sign up a new person, you say, hey, great, look, we want to go ahead and properly launch off your business so that you have the opportunity to study and learn with other people. Who do you believe would really be interested in wanting to learn trading with you? Let's get them to your house tomorrow night at 7 p.m. and we're going to go ahead and share the information with them. And so they invite as many people as they can. And then of course you do a presentation and you share it. Okay. You can either do a presentation with slides because we have PowerPoints in the back office, or you just play the 7-minute video and then answer questions afterward and maybe show a couple of the tools. I've definitely have done that. I've shown the harmonic scanner, show them how to get into a trade, We actually maybe set up demo accounts right there at the reception, and they were actually trading right there. And then they saw that it really worked, and they signed up, and everything was great. And you don't have to do just one. The whole thing is, as soon as people sign up, if you have 3 people that sign up, then guess what? You do private business reception for those 3 immediately. And this is how you build a groundswell, okay? And so if you can, you try to do that 5 to 7 times a week if you can. The next thing is, of course, we have the Zoom calls. So you plug them into the Zoom call. So that's the next option, obviously, during the pandemic, is we have Zoom calls now at 3 p.m. Eastern time and 8 p.m. Standard Eastern time, Monday through Friday. Okay, so you have 2 times a day to put your prospects on with a chairman that is breaking down the business. So you really need to go ahead and, expound on that. Lisa Anderson, one of our leaders who's on the call, she's done an excellent job over the last couple of days. She had 12 people on one call. She had about 4 or 5 people on another call. And her whole thing is, as soon as the call is over, she gets them on the phone with me. We answer their questions and they sign up. That's it. That's all you do. Okay. And so when they get on a presentation, you need to follow with them immediately after the presentation is over. And the reason being, guys, is that they're excited, they have questions, they like what they saw, and they got the flame under them. This is when you don't want to cool off the flame. You definitely want to follow up with them and say, hey, Quiana, hey, Steve, how you doing? Oh, man, did you like that presentation? That thing was phenomenal, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Great. Well, I definitely wanted to follow up with you and see what questions that you have so we can go ahead and get you started. What questions do you have? And then, of course, you might bring me on the phone and say, hey, I got my business partner, Shawn, on the phone, and we want to congratulate you as far as, getting on the call and, of course, trusting your financial instinct so that, you can make an informed decision. I hope you saw everything you need to see. What questions do you have? So I answer the questions and I say, great. The close is, hey, do you see yourself, becoming a part of our team tonight? Yeah, absolutely. Great. Quiana and Steve send them their link. They get signed up, and then you start the process. You duplicate that throughout your team, okay? And then one of the videos that I watched that I probably sent to everybody is watch David Imanitie's IML Blueprint. You find that on YouTube. Excellent video. I play that, in the very beginning when I was really building, I played that probably 5 times a week. I played it just so I can ingrain how to build this, build the business here. All right. How do you get your new person started? Okay. So first of all, when, like I just signed up Heather and Dion, okay, they just started right before the class yesterday. And a couple other people too. So what we do is first is immediately after I see that they're enrolled. Okay, I want to see in my back office that they had no problems, that they're there, they confirm. Plus, I asked them to please send me a text or call me, let me know that they have enrolled. Okay, and so you follow up on that. If somebody says they're signing up, you make sure that they signed up. Make sure they had no problems with their bank and that their membership actually went through. Okay, don't just assume you're a business professional. You want to always follow up. This next thing I do is I send them this link, 72hourfaststart.com. That, of course, is going to walk them through setting up their demo account, downloading the MetaTrader 4. It tells them to download the Telegram. All right. It also tells them to have Zoom. And it also walks them through their IM Academy so that they can go ahead and start watching the videos. Okay. But you want to make sure that they understand everything with a follow-up phone call and make sure that they are connected to that they have their demo started. You want to make sure that they have their MetaTrader 4. You definitely want to make sure they're connected on Telegram and that we welcome them in. You see how the pattern is. We want to, hey, I want to give a big shout out. I want to give a big thanks to welcome so-and-so, and everybody kind of loves on them, okay? What you're doing, guys, immediately by connecting them to Telegram and getting them in the fast start, you're cutting the likely chances that they're going to quit on you, okay? Because they got 7 days to change their mind and get their money back. And how you start them is what's going to duplicate. How you start them is what's going to duplicate. All right. So you want to start them with a lot of attention. You want to make sure that you're hand holding them to make sure that they're properly set up. And if you can, you want to help them at least put in their first trade from the harmonic scanner. And so they can see blue. And when they start seeing blue, trust me, their belief level goes through the roof and they're in there. Okay. They're locked and loaded. And then of course, in the Telegram, they're going to get constant conversation. By plugging them into the Telegram, guys, we're taking them out of their negative environment where people say, oh, that's a scam, that don't work. And then you're sticking them in another environment that's all positive. Oh my God, you know, thank you for joining our team. Look at all the success we're having. Look at these you know, these screenshots. See, now you're gonna shift their belief level, and then we're gonna protect it by putting them in the Telegram, okay? Make sure they download their Zoom to their phone and their computer. Do a welcome call with your upline. Doesn't always have to be me. Just do it with whoever in your group. Do it with another person. You know, hey, John, it was great signing you up. You know, let me share, you know, one of my business partners, you know, and introduce you to them. Hey, oh my God, welcome to the team. Thank you. See, they don't get that from their jobs, guys. They don't get that from there. They're getting beat up at the job. They're wondering how they're going to get their check. They already made a big leap. They're scared. They're nervous. They're like, oh my God, I'm committing to this payment. I never traded before. I don't know if I'll get it. So you definitely want to rally around them, do a welcome call to reassure them that, hey, you made the right decision. We're going to take care of you. And hey, we're going to help you succeed. All right. The biggest thing is I ask people, hey, you know, by any chance, would you think about referring people with you, you know, so that you can learn together with somebody? And I'm very, you know, I'm very passive with that. I let that person decide. And so, you know, they may say, well, you know what? And this is very common. So you can get used to it. Well, you know what? I really like to go in and feel comfortable and learn first before I share it with anybody. Perfect. This is why we do the 72-hour fast start. This is why we help them do their first trade. This is why we stick them in the Telegram, because most of you know that once we stuck you in there and you put in your first trade, immediately you felt confident. And then you were so excited because, hey, I made my first trade. I made $72. I made $37. I made $5. And so you tell somebody. So now your belief level and excitement is up. It's going to influence and translate over to bringing people in. So this is why I'm passive with that, and you want to really plug them in and help them see some results immediately, so that then they will internally want to tell somebody without you pressuring them to tell somebody, okay? And so once they've agreed that, hey, I want to go ahead and share something, then you need to go ahead and schedule their first private business reception or their first Zoom meeting within the next 72 hours. You can get me, you can get Dr. Jewel, but some of you, I'm being honest with you, and Lisa Anderson knows, I've always talked about it. If you've been in, you know, longer than 30 days in this business, you need to know how to do your own presentations. Okay, because this is another tool, another exposure to share with people. And here's the thing, guys, you don't necessarily have to do a full PowerPoint. A lot of times I do a presentation right on the phone, just explaining what is on the slides. Okay, because sometimes some people you just can't sit them down to watch a video. Sometimes you can't sit them down to sit through a full 20-minute presentation. So you just got to get the information in front of them. But it's better when they see something. I'm going to really be honest with you. I get the best closing results when people see a video or they see a presentation. They hear it and that's fine, but I usually always have to back it up with a video or a presentation. Remember this, the average person needs 5 to 7 exposures before they say yes. Okay, before they make a decision, they need 5 to 7 exposures. What does that mean? They need to see something, hear something, touch something 5 to 7 times before they say yes. Most of you who are on this call, you might have heard it once, maybe twice, at least 3 to 5 times before you finally said, you know what? Yeah, I think this is something I want to do. Okay, very rare you're just going to expose somebody for the first time. They see the video and just say, oh, I'm just getting in. Now, what is part of the exposure? The video's exposure. Being on the Monday night training call is an exposure. Sending them a YouTube video from the Team Wealth Builder chat is an exposure. A 3-way call is an exposure. You just talking to them on the line, explaining the business is an exposure. You sending them a screenshot of your results is an exposure. It's all exposing them to increase their belief level and their comfortability and trust so that you can move them through the process. That's what you're doing. The 5 to 7 exposures is to just walk them through the process, okay? And here's the last thing I'll say is that if a person doesn't give you a flat no, I'm not interested, that means they're open to a yes. If they don't give you a flat no, that means they're open to a yes. It just may not mean yes today, may not be yes tomorrow, but it may be a week, 2 weeks, okay? A lot of it, guys, the objection you're gonna get is money. We understand that. Money and fear are the 2 top things, okay? Fear, I don't know if I can do it. And number 2, I don't know if I can afford it and commit to the monthly. That's just what you're going to run into. That's why you need 5 to 7 exposures, and to reassure them, get them on a 3-way call. Yes, you can do this. Hey, this is easy to learn. Hey, we have tools. We have a team. We have mentorship. We have a study group. We have all these things to make sure that you're successful doing it. Well, I don't know if I can commit to the 175. Hey, I'm going to help you talk to your 2 people. Okay. And you know, I'm working with Celestine, who's on the call. And look, even if she's busy, guess what? I will call the people for you and I'll talk to them. You need to do whatever it takes for your downline to lock them in and make sure they're secure. Hey, well, you know, do you have to be, well, I'm working, I got all day, I'm going to be tied up. Okay, not a problem. Well, look, tell your sister that I'm going to call and I'm going to talk to her about trading. Okay. Great. She's expecting your call. So I call and guess what? She's either going to see a video. I'm either going to explain the business or I'm going to put her on a one-on-one if she has time. And then we're going to go ahead and make sure she gets the exposures and get her tied in. Okay. Of course, like I said, get them connected and training in their demos after watching their basic videos, hopefully within the first week. All right. So that concludes that part. Let's get into the back office real quick so you guys can kind of understand, you know, how that works out. And then we'll be closing out. All right, so I took some screenshots so you guys can see. So when you get into your, well, first of all, this is the first screen on, the first question I always get is, well, Shawn, where do I go to get my link to share with people? Okay, so that's the main thing right there. So what you'll do in my back office may be a little different, but right here, you'll go into your menu, you'll sign into the I Am Mastery Academy with your username password. You'll go to the 3 lines at the very top left, and it'll open up this menu, and you'll come down to my websites right here. Okay, so this is where you'll go to get your link. After that, you'll click that. Let me go to the next slide. And you're going to have 2 links right here, okay? The first link just gives you the outline of the company, you know, where it goes, the company overview. It gives you, you know, who are the CEOs, all this other stuff. That's not the link you want to give a person when they sign up, okay? Because the reason being, they're going to be confused because there it offers either IBO and customer. You want to give them the second one right here, okay, the longer one. It'll say your name, whatever, join enroller. You give them the longer link here, okay? And that one only presents the 235 or the 325. That's where you want people. And I was just telling Jamie Lowry, I said, you know, you want to make sure that you give them this link because I'm telling you, people will be slick. They're going to be like, oh, I signed up as an IBO. What where's my education? I didn't see it. Oh my gosh, you know, I thought I signed up and this. You know, now I told you, you did a whole presentation. I told you nothing about $16.71. We were talking about 235 and 325. How you come up with $16.71? Okay, well, look, you need to go ahead and get a package because you don't have access to the education. Oh, you know, I only had 235 and I already spent the $16. I'm gonna have to wait till next pay period, you know, and get some more money so I can sign up. You know, so now you've kind of wasted it. You know, now they're an IBO. But if they're not bringing in no people, then it's not benefiting you. You're not getting any volume. And now they're going to get frustrated and they're probably not going to do nothing. Okay. So to avoid all that, you just give them the second link here and immediately they have their choice of either package. Okay. All right. So now you want to find out where you are. Once you become an IBO, you have your own dashboard and the dashboard starts to tell you what you have to do to get to your next rank. So you get on your menu, you hit dashboard. Once you do that, here's what you're going to see. Okay, it's going to give you all your stats. It tells you what your personal volume is if you're paying for your package. It's going to give you your personal retail sales. This is the memberships that you actually sign up with your personal link. That's the volume that you're going to get. And then personal sales volume. So these numbers will probably match. And then, of course, it tells you your current rank. Okay, then it tells you whatever products that you're paying for. It highlights it there. Your statistics, it tells you how many customers you have. What is your total group GV? This is the number, guys, that's going to qualify you for your rank. This is the number that you pay attention to, okay? Tells you your total IBOs, tells you your total IBO GV. So the IBOs themselves are paying a package, and it breaks it down to how much of this 8480 is 910, or actually the total GV right here. It'll share this volume minus this should equal this number right here. Okay. Of course, earnings, and then right here, this is very important, shows you your next rank so that you'll know what you're working toward. And it tells you how many people you have left to get to the next rank. As you see here, guys, I just took this. We have 15 more memberships to sign up before I get to the Platinum 2000. This is our group volume, qualified leg. This is what I need to get to the next rank. If I divide this 1485 by the 150, it should come out to the 15 people, I think. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, so there you go there. And then of course, qualified leg rule, I gotta qualify, you know, at this volume right here in a certain leg, and that's what tells me. So that's a breakdown. You're gonna get to see this. So every time you go back in, what I do is once a day, of course, or twice a day, I'll go in the back and I'll check it out. One thing to note is that the system will update your figures midnight every night. Okay, so you might get people in and you'd be like, why my numbers ain't changed? It's not automatic. The system will update midnight of every night. So usually I'll sign people in, and then, you know, if I can't sleep, I get up by 1 in the morning, hit it, and it's refreshed, and then I know kind of what I'm looking for the rest of the day. All right. You also, let me go backwards. So down here, I don't think I show, oh yeah, let me, so, nope, I don't get to show it. But down here, it says rank details. And what's going to show up is this right here. It's going to show me right here, I'm at Platinum 1000. It's giving me just a brief overview. My personal sales right here. This is what's required. I already met the requirement. That's the minimum for me to maintain my rank. I'm well over that. And then, of course, it's going to tell me, you know, what I need to qualify with my rule. I needed this to qualify. Obviously, I'm over that. And then to advance to 2000, it's going to give me a green check mark right here. I've already met the 435 qualified, so that's a check mark there. And then this is just what I need remaining right here, okay? And required, my total volume that I need for this when I hit this rank is 10,875. To know where to place people. This is the biggest question. Well, Shawn, you know, how do I know where to place people? Well, guess what? You get a rank cheat sheet. So this tells you the number of people that you need in each of your legs in your 40, 40, and 20 to go ahead and advance to the rank, okay? So for you to get to Platinum 600, okay, you need 4 people in one leg, 4 people in another leg, and 4 people in your third leg. When you get to 1,000, you need 12 people in one, 12 people, and then you need 6 people in the last leg to qualify for that, all right? And then so on and so on and so on, okay? So that's how that goes. All right, let's go to the next.
Shawn, can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
So the P600, so there's 4, 4, 4 in each leg.
Correct.
Does that really mean that for each of those legs, then you're really just kind of helping to build a P150 for each of those legs? Like, it's because it would be that person that enrolled and then there are 3?
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely wanting that person to be P150 in there, but this volume is going, oh, these people are just downward. They don't have to be, you know, 3 people across. This could be 4 people straight down.
Oh, okay. So it's not really, okay, gotcha.
So no, so it's not like they have to be a 150. This is 4 people that are going straight down in a line, and they may not even know each other.
Ah, okay.
So
that
you're
makes
just
sense
stacking
now.
downward. Yes, ma'am. You're stacking down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
All right, good. That helps to clarify that for me. Thank you.
Awesome. Not a problem. All right. So when I hit this part up here that said rank details with the cheat sheet, this is what I get right here. Okay. This is what my organization is broken down to. So I take the cheat sheet and I compare these numbers. Okay. So 26, 21, and 17. And this is what's going to tell me where I need to place people. Okay. So I already qualified with the minimum of 16 people here. I got 17. So that's my 20% leg. I'm good with that. But I need 30 and 30 in these legs. Okay. So that means the next few people that I'm placing, I need to place them in this leg so that I can bring this count up in this one. I don't need to necessarily concentrate on this one, even though what I want to do is as soon as I meet these 2 qualifications, then I'll go back to this leg and continue to build this leg up. Now, hopefully, you know, with all of you wonderful leaders here on here, you know, I don't have to always struggle to find the people myself, you know, and that's the whole joy of why we do this, to support you guys, do 3 ways, do these meetings, everything marketing wise Team Wealth Builder channel, the Monday nights, is to make it easier for you guys. The blitz calls, the 3 and the 8 p.m. All of these are tools for you guys to just conveniently plug people in. Let me do the 3 ways, and then we get them in so we can get these numbers up. Okay. So that's how you do that. I'll watch these, and then I'll go from there. And then I'm gonna show you how do you place people. Okay. So this, again, this tells you the number. This is the part that I pay attention to, the 55-45 rule. And so this tells me the number of people that I need to qualify to reach each rank. All right, so down to place people, you would go into your main menu and you hit placement tree. Okay. Once I hit placement tree, this is what's going to happen. I have members to place. You're going to have people placed right here. This is where you're able to place people under somebody, okay? So what I do is when you see it, it'll say the person's name, their number, so you have it. And I'm going to tell you now what I like to do. I have a notebook, and what I do is every time I write somebody down, I write the level that they are, and I write down their name and number, because it's going to make it easier for me to place, to know where I need to place people kind of quickly. Okay, so that's kind of what I do there. And then, of course, what I do is whoever I want to place this under, I'm going to put it here in this space. Now, it'll say the current placement sponsor would be me. That's not my number. I've already placed these 3, and they're in the 10-day holding tank. But it'll originally have my number, and then that lets me know, okay, I need to place this person. And then I need to determine, by looking at my rank details where it had the 3 numbers, I need to figure out, well, which leg do I need to place this person? Once I do that, I'm going to place that person. Excuse me. So if I'm going to place this under Quiana, I'm going to go ahead and look at her organization and say, okay, she's my furthest person down in my leg. I'm going to place this person under Quiana. And of course, Quiana is going to get the volume to help her, but it helps everybody in that whole entire leg all the way up to me. Okay. Which my volume, I'm just one piece of 3 legs in Dr. Jewel's line. My entire volume helps her get to her level. Okay. So it all trickles up. So let's show how do you, because I know Quiana, you have this question. Well, how do you know where to place? Okay. So, the next thing here is you can pull up a report that'll pull down, and you can pull up by separate ranks here. So if I want to find out all my platinum 150s and above, I can select that. It'll show me a list of that. If I just want to see who's at my 600 level and above, I can pull that up. And so that's one part that you can select, and it'll pull up a whole genealogy of your different things. If I just keep it to unranked and above, it'll show me everybody in my entire organization. Okay? All right. So now, I know it's small, but look carefully. So what happens, how I find out who I'm going to place under, obviously I looked at my rank details. I saw that I'm 26, 21, and 17. I'm going to need to put people in my 26, the one with 26 members in it, active, and the other one with 21. So what I do is it first starts out with 3 people, my 3 main people at top. And then what I do is I go down their leg. Okay. And what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm only looking for that first leg in their organization. Okay. I'm only looking at first people. I'm not looking at the second leg. I'm not looking at the third. I'm only looking at that 1 level leg, because that leg is the one that counts going from straight down to straight up. All right. That's the furthest leg over to my side. That's the number 1 leg. So what I do is I select it, and it opens up. So I open up Patricia Davis. This is her number 1 leg. And so right here, if you can see, I know it's small, but it says level. Okay. So it goes the ID number, their name, the type, whether they're customer or IBO, it'll say C or I. Okay. Their date that they joined, their current rank, if they're at unranked or 150, 600, whatever. Okay, if they have an IBO kit or not, if they're IBO, if they know they're just a customer, and then it'll have their level. Okay, that means these are frontline to me. Level 1s are people frontline to me. Level 2 is people that are underneath those people. Number 3, and so on, so on, and so on. All right, so I look at my level 1, and she's my 26 member leg. So I go down, and then of course her level 2 opens. This is a direct person under her in her first leg. And I keep hitting this plus sign until I go all the way down. Okay. And then right here in this leg, Meredith Odom, okay, she's going to be the, well, she's not the end, but if, let's just say if Meredith Odom was the end, let's say it said number 38 or 12 or 10 or whatever, 5, then what I do is I copy her number and then I place it in the placement part. So I'll highlight it, and then I'll come back here to this space, I'll plug it in, I'll hit place, and then here's what you see. It says clear date. Clear date, it tells me when their 10 days expires. Okay, so I think that's one thing that Shawn asked me earlier is how do you know you don't have to worry about their date, but it already gives me a clear date. So I can move them up until this date. Once this date hits, that's it. I can't move them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it already gives you a clear date, just like I did Quentin yesterday. So I placed him. I don't know whose number that is right offhand, but I placed him under them, and they're going to stay there. You know, as long as I don't touch it, he's going to stay there, and then it'll clear right here on that date. All right. So that's how that works on the placing. And that's basically it, guys. I know it's a lot of information, but really, once you get into this routine, I promise you it's really, really simple. I definitely encourage you to keep a notebook of your legs, and you want to just write it in 3 legs. You want to find out who's in your first leg, second leg, third. What I like to do is maybe at the beginning of the week, I put the volume number over them so I kind of know where I'm following, or I put how many people are there. So when I'm looking at my rank detail, when I sign up somebody, I immediately know where I'm going to put them. So I keep it very organized that way. In case, you know, and I'll get referrals from online. I'll get somebody call out the blue and, hey, I want to sign up. And every blue moon, I get surprised with somebody had already signed up, and I find them in my placement holding tank. And I'm like, wow, a new person signed up. Of course, it sends me an email that says, please make sure you welcome, Lisa Anderson to your team. And it has her name, number, her username. Doesn't give me her password, only give me her username so I can track her if I need to. And then of course I make sure that I call, hey, welcome to the team. We want to make sure we plug you in, get your fast start, and get you going. Okay, so that's the part of the building part.
Yeah. And I have another question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So does personal volume or group volume drive the ranks, or help you qualify for the ranks?
Volume is what helps you qualify. That group GV number is what you're looking at.
Group volume. Okay. So the group volume. Okay.
Yep. So right here, it says QV, but it's really, they changed it. That was qualified volume, but now it's required. It's group volume. So
okay.
This is the group volume is what you're hitting.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's a combination of elite packages and of course of platinum packages. So of course, if you market elite packages at 195, you're going to hit these ranks quicker with less people. But these numbers are based on the smaller package. Okay. And so just keep that in mind. If you do have somebody who's interested in cryptocurrency and binary options, and they don't, and they don't squawk about the 325, yeah, I definitely do that. Because a lot of people, well, what do you recommend? What do you recommend? I don't push anybody any direction, but what I do tell them is if I feel that money isn't a big issue for them, then I tell them, well, if you can fit it in your budget, this is exactly what I say. If you can fit it in your budget, I really do recommend the 325. And the reason being is this gives you a really good outlook and be able to try the numerous products and services that we have and really find out what you like. Okay. And then of course, if the monthly is a concern, then you refer to people, guess what? You get to use everything for free from that point on. And that's how I kind of, work at selling that part tool is, hey, why not get everything, get 2 people, and you can use everything for free. Versus the 235, of course, you'll get the Harmonic scanner, you'll get support, but you don't have everything to try. You will have to upgrade to be able to try those other things. And even if you are 2 for free, okay, and you're locked in, you'll have to pay for that upgrade.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, makes sense. Okay, so one more thing on this. So where it's a 55-45 split.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens if, just kind of thinking, if you've got 3 legs, and I'm focused, the P600 is our focus right now. So that's why I'm asking this
Absolutely.
question. So if you're striving for 4 in each of the legs, and let's say that they're all customers, there isn't, no one's a IBO, and maybe they refer a couple to get
Yeah.
their 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So is the 55-45 like the minimum requirement? So if I have all customers, is that bad? Or does that
No.
not matter? Okay.
No, them paying for the package, the system doesn't necessarily recognize whether they're a customer or not. I mean, of course they
Okay.
identify IBOs, but you're just getting volume. You're accumulating volume regardless.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that
Mhm.
55-45 kind of confused me a little bit, because then I thought that there was some kind of a customer requirement or IBO requirement.
No.
Okay.
That 55-45 is a default that the company already has to
Gotcha.
count it regardless.
Okay.
And they
Gotcha.
put that in place to make sure that they stay SEC compliant.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So even though customers are doing it, they're only going to take, 55% of that volume. I mean, 45% of that volume to qualify for your rank. That's why your numbers will be different. That's why you'll have a different um, PV number than a GV number, because
Okay.
they'll separate that. Or let me go back to where you saw it on mine. Let's see. Let's go back to that screen. If I go back, okay, so right here, see my total customers, that's really my 45 number, but this is my total group volume in actuality.
Okay.
So you see, I have 9,300 points, but they're only going to count 8,480 toward networking, toward the network building part. And I don't have any
Oh,
control over that. That's just a
gotcha.
default that the company has.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Because I was sitting here thinking, like, so what if a person doesn't want to become a platinum 150? How do you get them to, really understand or see that, because I was thinking that it's, and coming from other businesses, you just kind of know that one of the things they teach you is that you duplicate yourself.
Absolutely.
So like, yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, okay, well, you become, P150, then the goal is to duplicate yourself in 3 legs. And that's how you get the 4, 4, and 4. And then I was thinking, well, how do you get them? What if they don't want to be an IBO? Like, how do you get them to see that? So now that makes sense that it doesn't have to be an IBO. It could be 4 people straight down. So that
Absolutely.
clarifies that. So that makes a lot of sense. Actually makes it easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, to tell you the truth, between now and 1,000, and I mean, I'm not going to say that, but you may not find anybody to build as of yet. It's really
Okay.
not until you hit the 1,000 mark that people really kind of start waking up and saying, maybe I want to build. Okay. So
Okay.
in other words, just have it in your mind, you're going to be building your organization. Okay.
Okay.
Now, here's another tidbit for you guys to know, because it wasn't explained at first. When someone goes IBO, okay, when the person goes IBO, that well, one, if they're one of your qualifying people, they no longer qualify. That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, when they go IBO. So that means I would have to replace that personal volume with another customer. So they want to maintain the customer. I think what happens is they go IBO, and I think I lose that volume of their personal membership. But of course, they're building a team, so all the other volume siphons up
Okay.
is
So
what
the
I was
group
explaining.
volume. So it still counts towards your group volume,
Correct.
but not personal volume.
Correct.
Ah, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of those things there. So if you're getting 3 people across, okay. So this is this is the part. So let's say you have 3 people across. You have LaShawn Johnson, you got Steve, you got somebody else, and you say, oh, that's my 3 to get my 150. But then Shawn Johnson goes IBO. Well, now you go back. you don't get the 150. Okay, because Shawn went IBO.
Gotcha.
Okay, so they have
Okay.
to be 3 customers to qualify and do that. Okay, and
Okay.
so
Gotcha.
then I lose Shawn's volume as a customer, but I still get his whole volume that goes toward my rank.
Okay. So, okay. So if I personally, if we so just using Steve and I as an example. So if we personally sponsored a person and we move them under a person that's an IBO,
Uh-huh.
does that person still count as our personal person,
Yes.
or oh,
Yeah.
okay,
If they sign up with your rank, that's your personal, no matter where you put them in the organization.
gotcha. Okay. Okay, because I was thinking if you put them under a leg of someone that goes IBO, then what happens to that volume?
Nothing. Because
Oh,
that IBO has to get their 3 personal regardless, and they can put them anywhere in their organization.
I see. Gotcha, gotcha,
And
gotcha.
that's how we're able to help. Like I said, I put stuff in people in your organization. So I personally sponsor them, so I have the credit. That's what makes up my 1730 right here. But I can place them under you, and this is what's going to help you guys get to 600.
I see. Okay,
Yeah, because as long as they're under your umbrella, that volume counts for you. Doesn't matter
gotcha.
where they are, whether they're 1 person deep, whether they're 20 people deep, wherever in any of your 3 legs, it's going to count. But of course, because I'm building down, you guys already have a taproot leg, a main leg. So really, once you guys start building, you really only have to concentrate on 2 legs.
Gotcha. Okay,
Okay.
that makes sense. So if we personally sponsored 5 people and we put them all under Shawn's leg, he still would have to. That doesn't really help him though with the P1. Well,
No,
with the 2 and free or with the P150
no,
because they're not
they got to get
they're
it
personally
themselves.
sponsored. Okay,
Yeah, they
gotcha.
got to get that themselves with their own link. But after that, if he goes IBO, the 4th person, yeah, you can build the rest of it.
I see.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
okay, so let's really talk. Hold on. First of all, did I answer most of the questions right there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna stop the record. And for those of you who are watching this recording, thank you so much. I hope you definitely got this information. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Shawn James here at Team Wealth Builders. You can definitely reach out to any of the leaders on this call. They'll be more than glad to make sure you get a membership and make sure you understand everything on how to build your IM Mastery Academy business. So thank you.